Hello and welcome to today's 66-day mobility challenge. We are going to be moving our joints and opening them up, and we're going to be lengthening our muscles with some stretches, and we're going to be activating our muscles with a series of moves that should be a little bit challenging but should leave you feeling really good by the end. So let's start on our feet. And we're just going to start from the top and work our way down to the bottom, starting with just some simple neck rolls, just to get any kinks out of the neck. Neck hygiene is very important, so this is a nice easy one to start. It's something you can do throughout the day. Just circles backwards and forwards. Okay, great. Next up, let's stand nice and upright, so there's a slight bend in the knees. Shoulders lift up, shrugging up to the top of your neck, and then circle backwards. Back to the beginning. Up, back and round. We spend a lot of our day hunched over, so this opens up the chest and the shoulders nicely. So you should shrug up and then rotate backwards and round to the beginning. Just keep going with that for a few more seconds. There we go. That's nice. That should have loosened you up a little bit. And then we've got some arm circles. We're not going to go crazy fast here, we're just going to nice and slowly rotate the arms backwards, just start to warm them up, increase that range of motion. There we go, keep going, and reverse, just nice and easy. Should feel that opening up in the shoulders warming up a little bit there. So next up, we're just going to do some side bends. So stand with your feet about hip width apart, take one hand in the air, and then you're just going to lean over, getting a nice stretch in the side and dropping one hand down your leg. So you should be feeling stretch in the side there. Just hold it and keep breathing, just so you're feeling a little bit of a stretch but nothing too painful. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So in my case, I'm going to take my right arm over my head, left hand on my thigh, and I'm going to drop over to the side, starting to feel that stretch until I've got a nice stretch through the side. Just hold it there, breathing, enjoying that stretch and starting to get some movement. Okay, very good. Right, next up, I'd like you to keep your legs straight for this one, and it's important that you keep your lower back straight as well, and straight all the way up through to the neck. And you're just going to pivot forwards until you're about 90 degrees and you start to feel a stretch in the back of the hamstrings. Now, as I say, you should keep that flat back so that the stretch is through the back of the legs. Hold it there. And now, a slight bend in the knees, and you can roll down to the floor or as far as you can go. So you're getting a nice stretch through the back now, nice and easy. Just let it all hang out. sway, get a bit of movement, feel it all down the back of your legs. Let your arms go, and then slowly roll up, keeping that lower back straight. The back of the upper spine rolls until you come to a standing position, and then just loosen that off. Okay, we're going to stretch the inside of the legs now. So take your feet wide apart and choose a side. I'm going to go onto my left side and just going to drop into a side lunge and start to feel it on the inside of my leg. So you can just rest on that leg to extend the stretch. And just hold that position. And then come back to center. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So feet nice and wide apart. This time dropping onto my right. And I'm just going to rest my elbow on my thigh and start to feel that stretch through the inside of my other leg. I'm just going to hold it there. Deep breaths. Starting to get a little bit of work into the legs as they warm up. And then back to center. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do is have your feet slightly turned out at hip width apart. Then you're going to drop into a low squat. Put your hands together at about chest height and use your elbows to push against your knees and open up your hips. So you're a bit like a frog here, and just move gently from side to side. A little turn, a little twist, just whatever feels good in this position. Opening up, you should start to feel really nice here. Just listen to where your body's asking you to move and enjoy that stretch. Great. Now we're going to go to our tabletop position, and we're going to do some cat-cows, which I think you'll be familiar with by now. So have your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders supporting, and then round your back as you breathe in, tuck your chin in, then breathe out as you drop towards the floor, arching your shoulders and lifting your neck, and breathe in, breathe out. Drop. Very nice. Okay. Right. For the next one, we're going to again be in the tabletop position. We're going to start and lift your left arm up to the ceiling, twist as far as possible without causing yourself any discomfort, and then you're going to thread the needle so your arm comes underneath your body through the other side and your shoulder drops to the floor. You just hold it there and bring the arm back out, up to the ceiling, nice open wide, and then back, thread the needle again. Very good, and now we're going to repeat that on the other side. So tabletop position, and we're going to lift the arm into the air, turning the body with that, reaching to the ceiling and opening up, and then threading the needle under the body through the other side, with your shoulder dropping to the floor, Then you should get a nice twist. Then draw it back out, up to the ceiling, and back through again. Excellent. That's a great one for the shoulders and the back. And next up, we're going to move into a downward dog position. So starting with our bum in the air, we're going to put our heels a straight line through our back, through our shoulders, using those shoulders for strength, straight. But if you need a bend in your knees, that's no problem. And you can just paddle your legs to get a nice stretch in the back of the calves, stretch through the shoulders. Very good. Okay, we should be warming up nicely now. And we're going to do a little bit of a back stretch. So back extension, let's just come down on our front and hands underneath the shoulders, feet flat on the floor, and then just use your arms to support you as you lift up. It doesn't have to be a big movement, just a gentle lift. Engaging your back muscles, not forcing them to overwork. And just hold that position. And come back down again. Great. Okay, we'll just stretch out the back with a child's pose, and this time knees together, feet under your bum. Just going to reach forward and sit back down. You should feel a nice stretch through the tops of the shoulders. Sit your bum on your feet as much as you can and just hold. Okay, hopefully that feels good. Now we've warmed up a little bit, let's start to activate the muscles now, and we'll do a plank. So if you come to your press up position, we're just going to do a full plank, remembering to keep your abdominal muscles strong, your shoulders strong, slight bend in the elbows, your fingers and hands all bearing the weight on your toes. Just hold that position nice and strong. Keep breathing, we've got a few seconds left. Okay, you can drop your knees and then come onto your side, and we're going to do a little leg series where we use our abductors and adductor muscles, and we're going to start with the clown position, so knees out in front of you, feet stacked on top of each other, and just opening up nice and wide, using those adductor muscles and glutes on the side. That's it, keep going, got about 10 seconds left. Okay, and then next, straighten your legs out, so you've got a long line through your body, still using your arm for support. And this time what we're going to do is lift the left leg up and drop it down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift, down. Keep going. about 5 more of these. 4, 3, you should be feeling this here now. 2, 1, and finished. Okay, next up, we're really going to challenge these glutes now. This is going to be a little bit of burn, and what we're going to do is we are going to lift this leg up still, and then we're going to do some circles. So just small little circles, keeping that leg raised. This will be nice and challenging. Little circles. Keep that toe pointed. That's it. Starting to feel the burn now. Working those abductor muscles, those glutes. And we're nearly done. And finished. Okay. Now, last challenge in this left leg. We are going to raise the top leg, whichever leg you have, and then we're going to lift the lower leg up to meet it. So this will be a challenge as well, but this is great for all our supporting muscles in our legs when we're doing that heavy lifting with the weights. We need these muscles working hard so that we keep our stability, our posture. That's it, we're nearly there. 2, 1. Very good. Okay, now we've done it on the left side, we'll move to the other side. And we're going to start with the clam. So on your side, knees out in front of you, so you've got 90 degrees in your legs, your feet stacked on top of each other. Keep your resting arm for support, and just open up nice and wide. Again, getting that range of motion. This is what mobility is about. It's strength through a range of motion. So we're increasing the mobility in the joints and increasing the length in the muscles. The range of motion in entirety is what our mobility is. Okay, now straighten the legs, have a little rest before we get into this leg lift series. So making sure you've got good support on your elbow, toes pointed, and ready, let's go. So lift that leg up, down, up, down. That's it, move it as high as you can go. And remember, that range will increase as you practice over time. You'll get more strength, more range of movement. It'll become easier. You'll be able to do more. Okay. Right, take a rest, and then we're going to go into the circles. So you've got 10 seconds left before we start, but just to remember, it's just circles, backwards or forwards, but let's go backwards. So keeping that foot above your hip height, as high as possible, little circles, the legs straight. Really start to feel that in the side of your leg now. Those glutes, those abductors, all working hard to keep that leg in position, nice and strong and straight. Okay, take another rest for 20 seconds, and then we're going to do the lower leg lift. So we have top leg high above the hip, and then we just bring the bottom foot to meet it. So keep that leg up and then lift the bottom leg. It's a challenging move. It works the inside of the lower leg, but the top leg is still burning from the previous exercises. So it's a Final blast there. Keep going, you've got 10 more seconds. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, done. Good. We can have a little rest now, and we're going to go onto our backs, give a nice stretch to the back by pulling our knees into our chest. You can lift your head up and just gently rock, or you can have your head on the floor, whatever feels comfortable. Just pull those knees into your chest, relax the stomach muscles, stretch the back. Enjoy this little break. Lovely. Okay. Next up, both legs straight out, lying on your back. You're going to hamstring stretch, so choose one leg, foot flexed, straight as you can, and then pull the leg towards you. And with every exhale, draw the leg and stretch the hamstring a little bit further. One more. And hold it there. That should be a nice stretch in the hamstring. Lower that leg and then swap to the other side. You're going to stretch out that hamstring, so hands behind your thigh, legs straight, foot flexed, and then deep breath in, pull that leg towards you. With each breath in, and then breath out, get a little bit further stretch, and keep that leg nice and straight. Great, okay, come back to sitting, and this time we are going to, we're going to go back on our backs and take one leg and cross it over the other. Then you're going to lift the leg, grab behind the knee or in the thigh, slight bend in the foot, and then pull towards you. So this should start to feel in the glute at the back, a stretch rather than the extended leg feeling the stretch, you should feel the stretch in your glute on the leg that's bent. And this time we're going to swap legs. So to demonstrate that again, bend one knee and put it over the other leg, put the foot over the other leg, pull that up and towards you, and then you're going to use your hands behind your thigh to pull, and you should start to feel this glute stretching. You can tuck your chin up a bit, pull that leg towards you. This is a nice stretch for the glute. Keep your feet flexed. And release. Okay, we're nearly at the end of the session, and we're just going to activate our glutes that are so important for our posture. We spend a lot of the day with our hip flexors activated, sitting forwards, and we need to spend more time with our glutes activated. So glute bridge, feet under our knees, lifting up, engaging those at that bum, and lifting to the sky. And just hold it there, nice and controlled, feeling strong. Deep breath in and out. Hold as high as you can, not forcing anything in the lower back. Okay, and lower. Now we're going to stay on our back and bring both feet into a tabletop with toes pointing. So there should be 90 degrees. And you should be engaging your abs here, and you're going to drop one toe to the ground, lift it up. The other toe, lift it up, keeping that 90-degree angle in the legs, just working the abs. The core needs to be really strong during this. Just hold the leg up in the sky and then control down to the floor. That should feel really good. Should be nice and challenging. Just make sure you finish both legs even. And then we're going to finish today's session with a nice child's pose, just to release the back. So this time we'll take your knees to the width of the mat, feet underneath your bum, and then extend your arms, drop forward and stretch out through the back, and just hold it here and enjoy this. Okay, that's the end of today's session. So hopefully you feel like you've moved and you've strengthened, you've lengthened, you've got some more mobility in your joints, your posture feels better. Try sitting in this position, just cross-legged, nice straight back, sitting upright, pin your shoulders back, and hopefully this will help you throughout the rest of your day and give you that ambition to start moving your joints more, give you greater flexibility, greater mobility through different ranges of motion. And that supports us through our other exercises as well. So when we are doing weight training or we're running, we've got a greater range of motion that we can work through in a strong way. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you.